This video is going to show you how to find and activate to work to strengthen your gluteus medius muscle, which is a muscle at the top of your pelvis, but works to help to stabilize your pelvis as you move. It's a really important muscle which helps to prevent you from wobbling from side to side. Many people, this muscle can be a little bit weak, it can be a little bit unstable, which can cause all sorts of problems, from back pain, hip pain, down through into the knee and also into the foot. So I'm going to show you today how to be able to find those muscles to begin with and then work to start to try and strengthen them. And then in the subsequent video, I'm going to show you a variety of options to be able to work and progress and strengthen that muscle further, giving you some options to do for that. So if your physiotherapist has recommended that you need to work on this gluteus medius muscle, this is a really nice way to begin to start to be able to feel and get that muscle activating. So I'm laying on my side, I can rest my head down, I can prop up onto my elbow, whatever feels most comfortable for you. I'm going to align my heels so my knees are bent, feet on the floor. My heels are going to line up with my bottom into here. I'm going to bring my top hand onto my hip, and you can see I'm going to place my thumb at the top and I'm going to spread my fingers around the rest of my bottom. As I move and lift this leg, so as I'm rotating this leg up towards the ceiling, keeping my feet together, what I should feel is that the muscle at the top here underneath my thumb is tightening up. And what we'll quite often find is that if that muscle isn't working, then the muscles underneath our fingers lower down will be doing all of the work. So in order to get the right muscles working, it's really important that we train this muscle to be able to be activating properly, because the other muscles will often take over, and that's where a lot of this dysfunction and problems can occur. So in order to get the right muscle working, if you feel that actually no, all the tension's coming lower down or into the leg, can't feel very much underneath that thumb, what you need to do is imagine that you're going to lengthen this top thigh. So I'm going to take my knee down away, so I'm going to lengthen that top thigh, and then I'm going to do that movement as I lift up. So I'm really imagining that I'm lengthening that thigh and then going to do that lift. And then you'll find that this tightens up significantly more. Now, you might not be able to manage to do very many of these, but it's all about quality rather than quantity. I'd rather you only do 5 or 6 repetitions, but get the right muscle working, than trying to push on and do 10, 15, 20 repetitions and actually the incorrect muscles take over. So really, really important to focus on getting your hand on so you can feel with your fingertips what exactly is happening. So you lengthen that thigh, lift that knee, should be really feeling this at the top. These muscles will fatigue quite quickly, so it's important to do these at the end of the day rather than at the beginning of the day, because we don't want to fatigue them before you have to move around through the course of your day. And also what you would tend to say is, right, let's do as many as you can to fatigue. So you'll take this leg and you'll do as many as you can, and that might be 5 or 6. It might be 10, it might be 15, 20. Ultimately, we want to be able to work up to around 30 repetitions. If you work to fatigue, then go, right, I'm going to do the other side. Go to a fatigue on that side, switch back over. So aim to do 2, even 3 sets to fatigue on each side, and do these initially. This will get that muscle starting to activate, starting to fire up, and then we'll go into the footballing video to be able to show you some progressions of different exercises to work into that glute med muscle. So the first progression that I'm going to show from the base clam position that we've just done, where we're looking to try and activate and get that gluteus medius muscle to work and start to fire up a little bit better, we can then progress that. So we were laid, if you remember, heels are directly underneath your bottom. We're looking to extend that thigh away to get this activation of the muscle at the top into here. Now, once we can do that really quite comfortably, a variation on this would be to lift the entire leg. So I'm imagining that I've got a pole going through my pelvis from the ceiling down to the floor to stop me from rocking backwards and forwards, which there is a tendency to do. I'm going to lift, and then I'm going to look to rotate my leg. So this is really working that gluteus medius muscle a lot harder. Then I'm going to show you some different variations in a second.